Meta may be planning to release a smartwatch this year. Nevada is suing Kalshi for operating a sports gambling market without a license. And Gemini can now generate a 30-second approximation of what real music sounds like. It's Thursday, February 19th. And here's a quick look at tech in the news this morning from Engadget. Rumor has it that Meta is gearing up to enter another segment of the wearables market. According to The Information, the company is planning to release its first smartwatch sometime this year, with Meta reviving its smartwatch initiative internally called Malibu 2, which, as The Information reports, may come with Meta AI and health tracking. Now, the same publication reported back in 2021 that Meta was working on a smartwatch powered by an open-source version of Android. Over the next year, more details of its possible features emerged, including reports that it had a detachable camera and that Meta was developing a model with up to 3 cameras. But in 2022, the company was believed to have put the project on hold to focus on other wearable devices. The Information says the decision to pause its smartwatch project was made as part of a broader cut in spending in the Reality Labs division. Now, if you'll recall, Meta laid off more than 1,000 employees from Reality Labs last month because the division was hemorrhaging money. Mark Zuckerberg said during an earnings call after the layoffs started that when it comes to Reality Labs, the company was focusing most of its investment towards glasses and wearables going forward. At the moment, Meta's wearable products consist of virtual reality headsets and smart glasses. They include the Meta Ray-Bans, which are a hit in the U.S. Meta reportedly has 4 augmented reality and mixed reality glasses in development, but it will take some time until we see those. Based on previous reports, it pushed back the unveiling of its next mixed reality headset model, codenamed Phoenix, to early next year. Nevada is taking action against the rapidly growing Wild West of prediction markets. The state's gambling regulators and attorney general sued Kalshi on Tuesday, accusing the company of bypassing Nevada law by operating a sports gambling market without proper licenses. In addition, they say Kalshi provides services to individuals under 21, which violates state law. The lawsuit follows a federal appeals court's rejection of Kalshi's request to prevent the state from pursuing legal action, and it comes a day after the Trump administration claimed that only the federal government has the right to enforce the industry. Prediction markets, which allow users to bet on events such as sports or political outcomes or wars even, have exploded in popularity. Business Insider reported that Kalshi did 27 times as much business during this year's Super Bowl as last year's. Now, some of that growth has been at the expense of regulated gambling. Nevada's gambling operations did less business during this year's game. Kalshi and its rival Polymarket insist that their businesses are event contracts and should be regulated as financial investments rather than gambling. The Trump administration, rife with conflicts of interest in this area, agrees. The chair of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission filed an amicus brief on Tuesday, claiming that it alone has the authority to enforce the prediction market. Now, not coincidentally, prediction markets are a growing part of the Trump family business. Donald Trump Jr. is a paid advisor to Kalshi. He's also an investor in and unpaid advisor to Polymarket. In January, his family's social media business said it would launch its own prediction market platform. Prediction markets have the potential to be a hotbed of insider trading, though. According to blockchain analyst DeFi Oasis, fewer than 0.04% of Polymarket accounts have captured over 70% of the platform's total profits, totaling over $3.7 billion. Last month, The Guardian highlighted the case of a Polymarket user who bet tens of thousands of dollars on yes to the question, Israel's military action against Iran by Friday? Within 24 hours, Israel bombed Iran, leaving hundreds dead. The user made $128,000 on that bet. The Guardian traced the blockchain data to a wallet associated with an X account. Its location on the social platform was set to a northern Israeli settlement. The user later transferred their bets to two other accounts, apparently to avoid detection. In January, the accounts held 10 live bets on Israeli military strategy. Now, another anonymous user made over $400,000 by betting that Nicolas Maduro would be ousted by the end of January. The bets were placed in the hours and days leading up to the U.S. strikes on Venezuela. Google has announced that using its newly incorporated Lyria 3 model, that Gemini users will be able to generate 30-second music tracks based on a prompt or remix an existing track to their liking. The new model builds on Gemini's pre-existing ability to generate text, images, and video, and will also be available in YouTube's Dream Track feature, where it can be used to generate detailed backing tracks for shorts. Like some other music generation tools, prompting Gemini does not require a lot of detail to produce serviceable results. Google's example prompt is a comical R&B slow jam about a sock finding their match. But after playing with Lyria 3, you can definitely get more granular about individual elements of a track, changing the tempo or the style of drumming, for example, if you would like to. Now, outside of text, Gemini can also generate music based on a photo or a video, and tracks can be paired with album art created by Google's Nano Banana image model. Google says that Lyria 3 improves on its previous audio generation models in its ability to create more realistic and musically complex tracks, giving prompters more control over individual components of a song and automatically generating lyrics. Now, Gemini's outputs are limited to 30-second clips for now, but given how Google's promotional video shows off the feature, it's not hard to imagine that those clips could get longer, or the model getting incorporated into other apps like Google Messages. Like Gemini's other AI-generated outputs, songs made with Lyria 3 are also watermarked with Google's Synth ID, so a Gemini clip cannot be easily passed off as a human one. Thanks for listening. There's more tech news on Engadget.com. This episode features journalism from Mariella Moon, Will Shanklin, and Ian Carlos Campbell, and it was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day. I'll be back tomorrow morning with more tech news from Engadget.